So here's my argument. Riot season is upon us. The Democrats are desperate for something, anything, to save them from what looks like is coming in November. Now, I'm not going to sit here and promise to you that Donald Trump is going to win, but something is happening that we can't quite see right now. There's like a new voter coalition that is forming, born out of the endless rise in food and energy prices and the effects of the open border. And the race-based coalition that Democrats normally rely on is falling apart. The Democrats and the media are running out of options. Abortion's a state issue now. Student loan forgiveness is a loser. Young people can't afford a home, and nobody likes this green energy transition thing. And people are sick and tired of seeing their money disappear in Ukraine. But no matter what the polls say, Democrats aren't budging. They can't. The far, far left base is in control. Now, they're going to work very hard to pull back minority voters that are fleeing, so they're going to lie to them. Donald Trump visited a Chick-fil-A in the heart of HBCU territory in Atlanta, Georgia. And this was his reception.
I put canvassers together, so all these HBCU students that you see here, I brought them here to meet you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Yes, we've also knocked doors for you in the past for your past re-election bid and when you ran the first time. Yes.
Wow.
I was interning for the GAGOP at that time as well. Yeah. Wow. Doing a lot for your tax credit reform bill and everything like that.
Well, we took care of those colleges. And
Sure did. Much better than Biden did. So I was This is Clark Atlanta, this is Spelman, this is Morehouse, this is Morris Brown, and all
Isn't that great?
So I don't care what the media tells you, Mr. Trump. We support you.
We love you.
Okay, 4 p.m. We've been 4 p.m.
Come here, let me give you a hug.
Please do.
Did you catch that line there? We don't care what the media says. We love you. That's some love right there. Now, the media's not going to show you that. They can't afford to, okay? But they can no longer cover up for Biden. They'll try, but it's not working.
The undecided voters were also asked how they think President Biden is doing on the economy. Take a listen.
I think he's been absolutely disastrous for the economy.
I agree.
Raise your hand if you think President Trump's policies on the economy would be better for your family personally. Raise your hand. All right, so that is everybody.
That is everybody. Think Mika needed 2 Prozac and 3 fingers of bourbon after that? They're so desperate. How desperate are they? They're so desperate now, Republicans are going to bring back slavery.
You know what you have to keep in mind. Take a look at the things that they're rolling back. Remember, I said ages ago, you know, they in their minds they want to bring slavery back. They're okay with it because you see, things change. You know, one of the good things about the Supreme Court is you can fight to make sure you make stuff better.
Come on, Republicans ended slavery. Segregation, passed civil rights law. Who cares, right? That brings us to Dexter Reed. He is about to become George Floyd 2.0. Dexter Reed was shot and killed by police in Chicago, and this is how it went down.
The doors now. Unlock the doors now. Unlock the doors now. Open the door now. Open the door now. Open the door now.
Hey, St. Louis, good! Shots fired!
All those shots you hear in the beginning are from Reed, not the police. And there's multiple body camera angles, but it doesn't matter who shot first. Yes, there was a black cop. He doesn't matter. White cops, dead black suspect. That's all that matters. So the machine is fired up and ready to go. And here's the shooter's mother.
He had just bought his new car 3 days before that.
and he was just riding around in his car. He said, Mom, I'm going for a ride. And they killed him. They killed him.
He was just riding around in his car shooting at cops. So Benjamin Crump will enter the scene in 3, 2, 1. The media's already started. Look at this from the Associated Press. Take a look at it. All right. Just so you know, Dexter Reed is 26 years old, but they are going to portray him as an innocent little boy. Where have we seen this before? We have. Next comes the I can't breathe and hands up, don't shoot 2.0, and voila, riot season. Riot season. We just took down our Transgender Day of Visibility decorations, and it's not even Earth Day yet. I mean, come on. Now, look, I'm not trying to make light of Mr. Reed's death or his mother's pain, but you could see where this is going. The Democrats can't afford scenes like the one we just saw in that Chick-fil-A in Atlanta, and all the promises of the left are failing. Now they've got to fire up the riot machine. You see, this is kind of easy to understand. Everybody is negatively affected by Joe Biden's policies. That's everyone, except maybe Democrat donors. And Black voters and Hispanic voters that have entrusted Democrats with their vote for a generation have seen nothing in return. And they're finding that all that boogeyman talk that Republicans are racist and hate them and want to put them all back in chains or bring back slavery is falling on deaf ears. Part of that could be attributed to the fact that our suburbs are the most diverse ever. And people live like neighbors normally, and they have the same problems and the same issues. And when they're all affected equally, well, they're going to vote to reflect that. And that is what's happening now. So the Democrats are going to try to peel off a percentage of the population and say, injustice is here, and racism is here, and abortion. Oh, wait, that's not presidential politics anymore. This is exactly what they did in 2020. They are firing up the riot machine, and they'll say that riots are they're for the voice of the voiceless. No, they're an act of selfishness. They encourage people to destroy their own communities. They encourage people to destroy the businesses where they are customers or their employees. It's an act of selfishness. But make no mistake, this is coming because the Democrats are out. They're out of tactics. So here comes the riot machine. And that's my argument.